This is Grace, and I thought I'd do a video out here today. Yesterday, I would imagine that was filled with kids doing Easter egg hunts. And I don't put kids on my videos. So anyway, this morning I thought about Adam has gotten his, shots in the arm, both of them. And he wanted to start doing the things because we've had so much trouble with delivery services and pickup services over a year now. Actually, we started 2018. Anyway, he wanted to start doing all the grocery shopping. I'm like, Adam has never been the one to do the grocery shopping. In October will be 40 years that I've known him. Okay, and I'm like, I don't know, because he's done it 40 years. He's done it here and there, and but he would never buy the stuff that he would buy different brands, which it's his right to buy what he wants, of course. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about when you're the homemaker, main homemaker. I did it, work and stuff like that over all these years, but I'm usually the one to cook. And when somebody buys stuff that is not what you use and all that, and then since we started doing this delivery services, different ones, different ways, you name it, what was available here, pretty much most of them, I would say. And so many troubles. They were replacing things, substituting when I said no substitutions. They would substitute weird things too at times. I would get dented cans. You tell me how they can dent cans. Like one bag would be just filled with dented cans of, canned food. And yeah. And usually, pretty much consistently, whatever we ordered, I ordered, online to be delivered or to pick up, it would consistently be between 70 to 75% of the cost now. Not necessarily the items, but the cost. Last time it was 60%. And the young woman, she was telling me all that they, I had to pick up. I had to pick it up. And she was telling me all the things that they didn't have. I said, why didn't they send me, usually they send a list of what was unavailable. I said, they didn't do that this time. And so she and I started talking, and she said, well, I can read it off to you. And she's kind of started reading it off. I had to ask her, I said, well, did they have this and that? And she said, no. I said, they never do. I said, it's always what's on sale. It's one of the things. Sometimes they're on sale. Basically, I think always. I've never known them not to be. And she said, told me something like, they're cracking down. She used that term, cracking down on them, about them, the people who go and do the shopping and all that, cracking down on them about not filling all the orders, the whole order. And the gist of what I got from what she said was that they don't do things like they should, like go, if they don't have it on the shelf, to go ask, they have to call somebody that works in that department and ask them, and then have them go look in the back if they don't have, they don't know, to see if they have it. And she said they weren't doing that, and so they were cracking down on them. I don't know who they were. I would think it was the management. But when you order something, and I think it was somewhere, at first it was like around $170-ish and worth of items, and I know I had reduced some of it a little bit, so I don't know where it was once I reduced it, but it came up that my order when I picked it up was $87. So, around there, yeah. Or more. I think it could have been more. Yeah, but anyway, I figured up to be 60%. So whatever it was around 60%. And it really, I told, I left them a comment, to their, whatever it was, really explain what happens, This is very consistent. And I can imagine any business wanting, people to be ordering groceries, and they're paying customers for many years, And to have them not get, but 50, 60, 70, 75% of what they order, the like I said, the cost itself. I can't imagine they'd want that. The corporate offices, the big wigs would want that. But so it's on a local. And I tried more than one store, okay? And in anything I ever ordered from any service, anywhere, it was that. Very consistent, 70 to 75%. And yeah. So we really, whether it was pickup or delivery, and whether it was, pick up directly from the store or have it delivered directly from that store. Seriously. What the crap, and it was crap. And people who think this is some kind of luxury service, well, that's not that's not being provided a luxury service. Think about it. Really. I've made videos about this, and I mentioned this before, that when we tried to do those delivery from restaurants, tried different services, and crap. I mean, it was crap. They were late, and they weren't little bitty, we'd always have the tip up there. We really shouldn't have, because that's just not the norm at all. At all. At all. Can I say it again? At all. So, it's not customary. But anyway, crap. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be, like the order would be, say, around 50 or give or take, and dollars, and what we would get would be cold food. One time, the first time, both of us got food poisoning because it was delayed. Okay, so I deleted the memberships. I mean, whatever you would call it, unsubscribe to the membership or whatever, and not using them ever again. If that's the kind of service you get, when you pay more, you pay for the membership or delivery or however, plus some of them had a delivery fee on top of it, and you pay more for what your food is worth, it, and then they were demanding this tip. Well, you can demand all you want, but my tip was always up there, like I said. It was always 20%. And just seeing that kind of attitudes online, oh my goodness. But it was crap. Cold, whenever they got there, no thank you. And so, like I said, we first started off 2018, not the food delivery, but we started trying these delivery services. And then some in 2019 again, because I was never really impressed by them at all. And when last year happened, we needed to use the services. It was crap. I mean, overall, we weren't, like I just had said, I'm saying crap, but you see what I'm saying. If it's 70 to 75% of what you order is what you get, and I'm saying cost, but that little, how can a person do things like this? How inconvenient it is. Seriously, think about how inconvenient that is for the customer. How can you meal plan? How can you? When you have no idea what you order, what you're going to get. And some of it, like I said, dented cans, or something that's supposed to be caffeine free, it has caffeine in it. Something that's supposed to be diet, sugar free, zero, whatever the label is, and it comes with sugar and caffeine. It's not going to be, even though it's selected, no substitutions written in there, absolutely no substitution. It must be this, and whatever it was, I would write it. Still, I would get whatever they decided. Okay? And then they talk, you hear people talk about, oh, these are frauds, these are this, and these are people, customers complain. Well, if they do the job wrong, it's going to get a complaint. If the customer's having to pay for crap that they did not order, and they stated, and yes, I called some of them, they said, well, we see that right here, that we're not supposed to substitute. Okay, it says no substitution, and they did, so we're giving you a credit. Okay, but some people, they want to set it up to where, they're saying, well, the customers constantly do this. Well, maybe it's that you're constantly doing it. Yeah, anyway, maybe. All of it's a maybe. But anyway, so Adam got both of his shots, and I can't because I have an adrenal disorder. And so he's going to do the shopping. Okay. I'm like, I don't know about that. Okay, I'm moving this around to avoid kids in my video. But, so he's going to do it. And I'm not trying to make fun of him or anything like that. It's just that he's not used to it. And he's not one to pay attention to brand. And like I said, I know what we like and what we don't after 40 years. Come on. Around 40 years. Not 40 years, but 39, say. Yeah, I have a pretty good clue in what we like. And he's just not one to pay attention to stuff like that. He'd go and see something on the shelf. Hey, that looks good. Like that. So, anyway, I had to move my SUV because of all the activity. But, anyway, so he's, I'm not trying to make fun of him, like I said. I just know that, and plus I know that he gets frustrated. He went right before all this, right when it first started happening last year, 2020, and they were saying go into grocery stores. He went into one of them, Costco, and he had done this before. He went to Costco by himself, and he went in, turned around, walked back out, called me and said, I can't do it. It was, I shouldn't laugh, but he couldn't do it because he said it's just so crowded, and that Costco is extremely crowded. It's right off the highway too. Allergies, pardon me. My voice sounds funny even. But so, and he did it again. He's done it more than once, and I'm like, I know how he is. And he's going to go in and get overwhelmed by how much, and I told him, I said, I don't know, because you got to, there's a lot of things you have to look for and stuff like that. I've been doing all these years. And he said, I can do it. And I woke up, finally getting to this part, but I woke up this morning and thought, why don't I just go ahead and order, like we had been talking about, in a way, just, order to deliver, to pick it up myself. And then he goes with me, and when we find out what they didn't have, for him to go in and see if they have that or something better, And the reason I say we somewhat talked about it before, because I know he was getting very upset. I was very upset. Eventually I just said it's typical, 70-75%. And, it's kind of like a learned helplessness or desensitized. But he didn't like it. Like that, you order this and they're not doing it. So he was saying things like, why don't I just go in there and see? Before he had his shots. So no, it's not worth it. It's not a good risk. Of course it's not. Of course he knew that. He was just saying that. But now, I thought, well, why not? Seriously. Why? He's had his shots, in the arm. And, as they call them, shots in the arm. And so we go and pick up the stuff, and then we look and see what they said that they didn't have and go in there. He can go in there and see if they have them. Because I can tell you why I'm saying it like that. It's because I've actually, when they were sending them out, right after they packaged them up or what, they went and shopped for them, I would call and say, before I went to go get it, I'd say, you don't have any of those? Well, let me go double check. Like, I've always said, I don't like this whole double check stuff, because you can pretty much imagine that they've never checked in the first place. And they'd come back, yeah, we have them. We do have them. When it kept happening time and time again, and like I said, I changed it to a different store, and then I was told that, about they're cracking down on us. You get the gist, right? And I got so upset with that one, I actually called the customer service, which it took me several calls, at the store, even called another department right in front of it, that sits in front of it. She put me on hold, never got to this, them. It took, I don't know how many, it was a while. And I asked, I said, you are customer service, right? Because her attitude was kind of, not customer servicey. I know it's not a word. But anyway, I said, so, she did all, she said she'd go check. She left me on hold forever. And finally, she picked up the phone. She said, hello, this is whatever. I said, I'm still waiting on her. Oh, yeah, I looked and we didn't have any. I said, so when I walk in that store right now and go and look for myself, you're not going to have any. You're going to feel comfortable with it. Oh, yeah, I will. Whatever. Up again. But anyway, I had something weird pop up on my screen, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I guess somebody had called. But anyway, I had never seen it do like that before, in other words. But anyway, like I told him this morning, I said, yeah, what I'm going to just do is order them. We go pick them up. When we get there, you can go in and see if they have any. He said, sounds good to me. So, I mean, it was that easy. But, yeah, because, and it is one of those things, if I'm not going to say that it's like this everywhere. This is just, most of the time, on all this time that we've done it, we've had these kinds of issues. I'm not saying it would be everywhere. I'm not saying all. I can't stand people who say that all, never, but really consistently, it tended to be 70 to 75%. And like I said, the last time it was less. And, but anyway. So, this is how we're going to do it, But that whole thing of, if you want a job done right, do it yourself. Yeah. And I know that some of these people who are, online, their attitude is, I actually saw a comment one day, not on mine, but a comment that said, about somebody who was upset with their service. And the comment was, well, get off your lazy bleep and do it yourself. To flying monkeys much? Really? If somebody's paying for a quote-unquote luxury service, they should get what they deserve, not crap. Really. I mean, and I know that it's not 100%. I'll actually enjoy watching some of them that make the videos. The ones that have a good work ethic and don't have that high sense of entitlement, the ones who are actually doing the job, and nobody's perfect. Nobody. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And people have flaws. But when it's consistent, a high sense of entitlement, and you hear them kind of brag about their, brag about things that aren't good that they're doing. Okay, yeah. Wow. And like I said, it's not a whole everybody. It's not none, everybody, all that. So, but I do enjoy watching. I think mainly 3, and the other ones, mainly 3 that do them on a regular basis, like daily, and some every once in a while. But like I said, not like I said, but I don't have all that time in the world to watch them. But when I do, it's just certain ones that don't have an attitude problem, really, when it comes down to it. All right, I'm wrapping this up. Tomorrow is our time to go. I slotted it for tomorrow around lunchtime. He's going to go and, we're going to go pick it up, and then I'm going to look and see and let him know what to buy and show him the pictures and all that. So, but we'll see what happens tomorrow, because I think, I did from my own account write them. So we'll see if maybe they, we'll see. I'll talk to you tomorrow or whenever.